Last we left off, you guys killed some overgrown chickens, and you're currently standing in the fields. As I recall, last time it was just the end of a fight, was it? When we last left off?
Yeah, I think literally end of the fight, collected arrows, that was it.
Okay, then following you guys.
Oh, I want to take a rest as we're moving,
And
The horse?
so I will get on my horse.
Okay then. So, you guys indeed begin moving away from the more foresty areas out into the wide open expanses of the plains once again.
I think, actually, given that John's now using a bow and Moira, I believe, is running low, Brandon is going to offer some arrows to the both of them. He currently has 17. So how many arrows does John want?
I still have around 17.
In that case, Brandon will ask how many arrows Moira would like. She currently has 4, I believe.
However many you can spare.
I think Brandon will probably just hand all the arrows over to her.
She'll take them, then give you a kiss on the cheek.
So I'll put her back up to 21. So, Pete, how many more hours can we travel before we need to rest? Because I think I recall you mentioning that there was a bit more travel on this map and then about 6 hours travel on the next map.
Yes.
And I
I'll
think
just kind of
it's...
hop you over onto the other side for now. Let me just double check the ruler length. One block was an hour, so that's 6.
At what point will we need to make camp?
Do you remember what time I said it was? Roughly?
So about 6-7 hours.
I'm going to say 7, given the amount of squares you passed.
Okay. So how are we all feeling, like stamina-wise?
Stamina-wise I should be fine, but health-wise I'm low, and I think Moira was low as well.
Yeah, Moira is pretty low. So I think, I mean, obviously, I don't determine what Moira does outside of combat, but I guess, you know, Brandon would suggest that she could take a rest on the horse if she wants to.
Given that we still have 5 hours left to travel to reach our destination, I think it would be best to find some sort of safe place to hunker down for the night.
Yeah, I think really from this point onward as we're traveling, we are going to be actively looking for some form of shelter, whether that be a cave or just somewhere that's a little bit more shelter, because I believe that we're currently in open plains as of last time, Pete.
Yes, basically most of the area is open plains, but a few hours trek you'll start to see rising into hills and then into mountains.
So how far away roughly are the mountains, like if we could make an educated guess?
15 kilometers.
So I think that would be Brandon's suggestion, that perhaps we want to try and get somewhere a little bit more sheltered, you know, for a place to rest.
Yeah.
And there's mountains about 15 kilometers from our current position, so I was wondering if it would be worth going that way and just seeing if there's anywhere that's suitable to rest, just because I think it's been about 7 hours since we left the shop, and bearing in mind, I think out of all of us, exhaustion will catch up with David first, since they didn't sleep.
Yeah. If we want to wait till we reach the mountains, well, who knows? I'm fine with waiting, but I'm also fine with setting up camp here.
Do we want to risk setting camp out in the open, just given that when we did that just a short time ago, we were attacked even in like a forested area, because the terror birds, I think, are most dangerous in a location like this?
Yeah. We could try to dig a trench around us, but we could also use the mountains as a natural...
Create a moat to have some form of defense, that is one. Second, do we know if terror birds are nocturnal creatures? Because if they are, if they're not, then we should be somewhat safe.
I mean, was that information in your book, Dave?
No, but I can make an intelligence check and have advantage.
I don't think they should be nocturnal, if they're based on what they are in our world.
Actually, guys, I didn't think to ask this earlier on, but Devlin also mentioned something called a crific. Is that a type of dinosaur? I didn't think to ask at the time.
I'm familiar with the term.
Yeah, like when I was asking him, you know, just generally what we could encounter here, he did mention the crific and the terror birds both, but I don't think the crific are in this direction, but I was just wondering if you guys know what that is. Since I'm not that familiar with dinosaurs, yeah.
I think.
No, I'm not familiar with that term. It is, if you ask me, somewhat familiar to the word griffin. So it might be some sort of flying creature.
Because when I mentioned potential threats, Devlin said that the Crific are quite numerous here, and also that we should expect to encounter terror bird nests. I'm not sure what. But actually, now I think about it, I do think I recall Devlin mentioned that the Crific live in the mountains. So
then I think we should
maybe we
make a moat somewhere in the open plain.
Yeah, maybe we avoid.
You could use the water and then let the water surround us with a moat.
Yeah, actually, I didn't. It's a good job that I just happened to think about that, because that train of thought led to something. Oh boy, that could have been quite dicey.
Do we want to
for us.
use the water, or just have an empty 5 feet down, make a 5-foot wall high up, 10-foot difference? Because I think they can swim. Most birds can.
Yeah, I mean, I think really we just need to delay them. I mean, unfortunately, the trenches that we dug, that we tried to dig just now, didn't really seem to do much, but then we didn't really have time to prepare properly.
I was relatively safe behind one of them. So.
Yeah,
And threats.
It helped because they had to move around.
Yeah.
But if we have enough time to make a proper...
Yeah, but I mean,
trench.
they could kind of they mostly approached us on the diagonal. I mean, yeah, it did obstruct them from taking a direct path, but they can move so quickly.
They were unable to flank us.
That is true.
I also don't think they move through water, given the way they are. It would mess up their feathers, and it takes too long, makes them heavy. I don't think they would do so.
Yeah, but these
Their
are
feet
flightless birds.
They are flightless, but the feet also doesn't show any water
good
type,
question.
you know?
Because there's no webbing. DM,
Yeah.
PT. Can I make an intelligence check for 2 things? One, I want to know if they hunt during the night, because I think they are still in my hunter's grimoire.
On.
We'd eat vintage, natural 20.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, very nice.
For the next one, I will give you guidance.
To know if they hunt during the night, and how. For the next question is if they how well they can deal with water.
Or maybe also just how well they can see in the dark. I guess that might also go into, them hunting at night, but that might also be useful to know.
They primarily hunt during the day, with natural lights. They can hunt in the dark, but prefer not to.
And with the 6, do I know if they like or dislike water?
That they originated from the ocean, and their natural habitat is in the deep ocean.
That's a possibility. Okay.
Does he read this out of his book, or is he just making this up? Or should I do an insight check to figure that out?
I read this from my book.
About the ocean.
I mean,
I guess
you have
David
to make some.
you could be
interpretation.
Yeah, you could be extrapolating a little bit just based on what you do now.
You have to extrapolate a bit. There is evidence that supports that they once came from the oceans.
Okay, Darwin, but...
So, because of that, it's not out of the question that they do well in the water.
Okay, the most dangerous in plains. They do hunt both in plains and forests. Are there any more forested areas on this side? I mean, I know the map doesn't show anything, but just on the off chance, is there anywhere that's forested nearby, Pete, or is it all plains so as far as the eye can see?
You're moving away from the main forested area. It's mostly plains going into rocky barren mountains with there's general trees and shrubbery and whatnot, but is much more open.
Well, I think, honestly, in that case, Brandon is going to ask, do we actually want to go much further today then? If we're already 7 hours into this trip, if we go forward towards the mountains, we might encounter the Crific. But if we go further into the plains, then we're kind of going more into their favourite territory. So do we actually want to head back to the forest and rest there for today? I mean, how far back would we have to go to get to the forested area? Is it quite a ways back, Pete?
An hour.
Did you say an hour? Well, what do you guys think? Do you think
goes an
it's... Right, okay. So, in that case, Brandon will ask, do you think it might just be worth going back to the forest, setting up an area to camp, and then just... Because if we do that, I mean, how many squares is it to our destination?
5.
if we go back, set up an area in the forest, that means that tomorrow we can go to our destination and back. That will take 10 hours, and then we should be able to get back to the shop before the end of the next day. What do you guys think?
What is it about the staying out here and using the trench that seems like not beneficial compared to going back to the forest?
I think just because the forest has a lot more. I mean,
Okay.
like Moira was able to, you know, get up into a tree and launch a preemptive strike. You were able to scout. That, you know, there's a chance that we'll see them before they can see us. I mean, we could probably take it in shifts, just having a look out, so we don't. Because I mean, we did actually manage to get the drop on the bigger bird. If we're in the plains, like basically, the terror birds will likely see us at the same time we see them. They're able to run significantly faster. I mean, I guess being in a forest, even though they prefer to hunt there as well, their movement is technically a little bit more constrained. Also, if we stay in the forest, we could probably gather more wood for arrows, which I think we are going to need to. We're probably going to have to engage these guys at range as much as humanly possible. I don't know. I mean, I think between the forest and the plains, the forest sounds like it's a bit more defensible because, like, there's nothing constraining the terror bird's movement out in the open. Unless you disagree with any part of that logic.
No, I don't disagree with it. I just don't like going back the direction I came from.
I do agree that in the forest there is a lot more natural defense against the terror birds because of the trees. However, our plan was not using this natural defense anyway, since we'll be creating a moat to create some sort of shelter.
Yeah, I mean, that is true as well, Dave. I was just wondering if, because I mean, being in the forest would only enhance those extra fortifications. As I say, I'm mostly suggesting the forest just because we could probably get a height advantage, but that's about it. I mean, everything else could work equally well in the plains. I'm just a little bit wary of resting in an environment where we don't really have anything tactically to rely on in the environment where we've already been in a lot of fights today. I mean, if you guys want to press onward, I'm not going to argue. I'm just giving my opinion.
I'm on the fence. I can be persuaded either way.
I'm thinking real hard about
Because on one hand, we do lose possibly 2 hours of time by going back, and then the next day it will take another hour to be right here where we are.
could also
and
set
the
up camp
only
right
real-
where we are.
Yeah, the only real benefits that we have from going to the forest is that there's a lot more things to obscure us from the terror birds. That's the only benefit that I can think of.
That's my main argument. Obscurement and being able to have somebody to scout to spot the terror birds and get us into a position where we're ready for combat rather than being ambushed. I mean, technically, out in the open, they'd be easier to see too. It's just we might have a bit less time to prepare. But I completely understand, you know, both of your arguments for not wanting to lose progress. But I think if we are going to make that decision, we're only losing an hour versus if we're making this decision later. I mean, the one thing I'm a bit concerned about is the fact that I don't think you've slept, David, since...
Yeah.
And you're going to be the one setting up our defenses, so I think the sooner we make a decision, the sooner we do that, and I would rather not change our minds in a few hours, so that's why I'm mentioning it now, since we're still close and could still go either way.
Then I say we set up camp somewhere in the open fields, because that would be quicker time-wise.
Okay. All right.
How much time do we have till sunset?
You don't truly know.
Figure it
2:00
out by
afternoon.
putting a stick in the ground, marking the first spot of the shadow, time it with our phones and marking the second.
Yeah, but that's going to require us to be stationary for some time, and I don't think we've got that kind of time to waste. I mean, actually, just to ask Pete, I mean, I know, like in Balamar, it wasn't really as obvious, but both in Arabellum and Caramel, were the lengths of the days about the same according to our sensibilities?
Well, sure. As far as you can tell.
I mean, we know just from our experience that a minute is a minute, so I don't know. Arabellum
Minutes is
and...
indeed a minute.
Yeah, because I know that we were talking about like time dilation at one point quite early on, but I don't know. I mean, being charitable, Arabellum and Caramo's day cycles seem to be roughly the same as ours, so maybe we assume that it's early afternoon. How many more hours would you guys want to travel for before we start setting up camp? I mean, how long do you think it's going to take you to prepare like this mode? So, like, you can cast Mold Earth once every 6 seconds.
Yeah, once every 6 seconds.
And how much dirt can you excavate per cast?
5 cubic feet. So theoretically, given a minute, 10 casts, that is 50 cubic feet of dirt.
Okay, so if we travel for another 3 hours, I mean, like, let's assume that it's about 2 o'clock now. So if we
2
travel
o'clock midday?
Yeah, somewhere around that. So maybe another 4 hours we travel and then we set up camp? Or
if we travel 4 hours, then I would say let's finish the 5, because then we're at our destination.
Yeah.
If we want to take a rest or sleep before we are at our destination, then I say 2 to 3.
I think really it depends if we're attacked again, which is possible.
Yeah.
How about we just travel and once David took a short rest on Fred,
Honest,
Moira, then we switch.
I would probably say that either you or Moira maybe should rest first. I mean, I've seen you both get beat. I mean, I know that you need to get your spells back, David, but I know that both of you have taken pretty serious injury.
Yeah.
I have a question. Did an hour already pass when we transitioned from the maps?
I'm going to say, amongst the talking and you've been walking, an hour has passed.
I would have rested from right after the battle.
Because that would take you half an hour.
Half an hour to an hour, depends on what we say.
You rested, but you did not rest your mouth.
A short rest doesn't require resting my mouth. I can do some light activity, and this is light work.
So are we going to say that David has rested in the hour that we've been talking? I mean, I suppose 2 of us could have rested by that logic.
2 people can fit on Fred.
But I know that we
Yeah.
last session we rotated who was sitting on Fred to get the benefits.
Yeah.
So is anyone restoring HP?
How many hit points do I have? I would.
Are you on 20 at the moment, just to make sure that this is right?
Yeah, now I am on 23.
Alright, so I'll add 3 to you. Is Moira
Apparently
or
it needs to be
John?
a minimum of an hour.
What was that, Pete?
Probably the rules are that it has to be a minimum of an hour for a short rest. Oh well. Never mind.
All the rules are what you make them.
Oh, have you
Yeah,
got
my rules.
Arms of Adar as well, David?
Armor of Actus
Armor of Agathis.
was active during the last fight, and it stays for 8 hours. So.
Right, okay, I wasn't sure if it was depleted. Is anyone else regaining hit points?
Once I can sit on the horse, I will.
So was it Jun or was it Moira?
We can sit at the same time. I'm not that heavy.
5 points. So Jun and Moira both managed to get the benefits. Again, David gets his half an hour in. Then he is chivalrous and concedes to one of the ladies.
Roll my health.
Are you rolling Moira's hit die, or am I, Pete?
I'll let you.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
So you get...
Idiot.
Oh, my God. So you...
How do you roll so bad?
So
I
you
still
got...
have one left. Wait.
Are you going to roll off, eh?
Okay, that's alright. That's alright.
So, 10 for you? Yeah, I think I'll have Moira roll 2d8. Okay. 10 health back to Moira. So how long has it been? Was that an hour?
So that will have been an hour during the course of that.
Can Brandon be gathering more stuff for arrows while they're
Brandon
resting?
can continue to gather crap.
Arrow crafting, so... Yeah, okay, so 3d6, isn't it? Right, so he's going to roll 3d6 to gather flint. 8. Okay, so that's that hour, so how much longer do we want to travel for?
I'm fine with going all the way and then just setting camp. Yeah, setting camp at the guy's hideout thing.
It's up to you guys, I'm fine either way.
We're halfway there.
For me, it depends on how long before I get exhausted, because then, I start...
Well, do you feel tired yet, Dave?
Do I DM?
By using the horse to help you to recover slightly, Take your short rest. You feel like you can keep going on for a bit further. However, if you went on for another, say, 4 hours on foot, you're going to start to feel it.
And by horse?
Could extend that.
Because realistically, if no one is resting, I would be the one riding the horse.
Yeah, I would say
You
that's
gotta
fine.
send 2 girls to walk.
Listen, I'm said letting one lady and June walk, yeah?
Okay, to know. That's how it is. Huh?
So where are you guys going to?
I would, since Mora and June have had a short rest, I would take over on the horse and then would be ready for a couple of hours. So if need be, we can make it all the way.
So we traveling for another couple of hours?
Let's go for 2 and then see how we're feeling.
What if we just died and this is our hell?
Brandon looks towards Moira and he just goes saying, honestly, they're fine by me.
Going to there, I take it then?
Yeah.
So we're going for another 2.
It's getting a lot more steep in these types of areas, a lot more rocky, sparse vegetation.
Is there still enough stuff for Brandon to gather materials for arrows?
Blends easily, yeah.
How about I'm guessing wood is more sparse now.
Wood is indeed more sparse. I'll give you a -2 to wood.
-2 to wood. Okay, I think he is still going to roll for wood because I think it's the lowest out of... Yeah, it's the lowest. So yeah, he's going to roll for wood and for feathers. So first one wood
That was meant to be.
and feathers. Okay, so how are we feeling after 2 hours?
Feel like you've had a hard walk. The sun is gone past its apex. It's crawling down the sky. You see lots of movement as you are starting to gain heights in the surrounding plains. You see terror birds running around, doing their thing, chilling.
Any of
Actually,
them?
roll me perception.
All of us? Or?
I'm going to say you, given you were talking.
Fair enough. A6.
You also
You have
see
a plus.
rocks, and you see water, and you see
I'd say that he's probably...
sun, and you see clouds.
I'm guessing he's just generally distracted gathering stuff still.
Did we see any signs of Triceratops, by the way?
You have not.
So we travel for another 2 hours.
There is one thing that actually doesn't matter. Didn't Devlin mention that there are like plecosauruses in this world? I mean, there would probably need water, bodies of water much larger than this, but just kind of something to considerably be aware of.
According to the map, on the other side of this mountain, there's an entire sea.
So yeah, maybe if we were.
What?
We want to take Plesiosaurus back to the shop?
Oh no! I wasn't suggesting that. I just remembered Devlin generally talking about it when we were asking about what kind of animals we would encounter here.
How did you get from there is a Plesiosaurus to we want to take one to the shop?
Because it's Jordan,
because-
they want to adopt every animal.
When you asked for Triceratops, is it because you want to adopt one?
No, I wanted to persuade it to letting us ride it, and then just
Okay.
follow its word.
But I think that's step 1 to adoption now, let's be fair.
No, getting a barn for Triceratops would be a bit too difficult. And they are herd animals, and I don't want to take one away from the other. Maybe if we find a lost one or just an egg.
For an omelet?
No, what the fuck, bro? But we can, maybe if we find terror bird eggs, we can make
We're
them
not-
imprint on it. We have
John, we're
terror
not running
bird
a zoo.
No, not a zoo. They would replace the horses.
I mean, we've only got one horse at this point. We haven't even got a peg.
We have
Breeding
one
peg.
horse, and no one is replacing Fred.
No, but I mean, we don't have to look for horses then, because the others can just ride terror birds. There is some sense to what I'm saying, guys.
There is some
Rideable
sense.
bird. Yeah.
Yeah, but we could. I don't know. I mean,
I'm
already gonna-
ignore this conversation.
I'm already going to be making those spectral steeds for us, so I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe that might do it. But I agree with David. I think this is a conversation best shelved for now.
You know what? It could be like those ostriches from the Last Airbender that they use as carry. You know, the messengers often use it also. When Zuko was alone, he used it and went into
Oh
the
yeah,
village.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
But
That's cool actually.
yeah, okay. I mean, we don't know. I mean, I wasn't expecting for us to acquire a horse today, so I can't really rule out something that crazy happening. But I would say that
Ostrich
bridge,
horse.
that that bridge is best crossed if and when we come to it.
Oh, when we come to it, we don't use a bridge. We use the horse.
But there is no bridge.
Yeah, we have to make our own bridge by horses. I'm getting fatigued. Anyway,
I'm getting fatigued listening to this.
How much more do we want to travel?
Say another 2.
Another 2. Yeah.
So another 2 hours?
So there? Okay. Includes the square there.
Mm-hmm.
This one?
Yeah, 2 here.
Okay. Brandon is going to do some more gathering.
Oh.
I think for wood and flint.
He moved it.
It was here.
Okay, so Brandon, so you said -2, so that'll be 3 wood, 13 flint.
Okay. Somebody roll me a d4.
1.
And a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Oh, fuck's sake, we're on the map. I don't know.
Oh no, I'm not liking this either.